In comes this stanky bit of that's the word of the day next to booty, which they often go hand in hand. Let's face it. Uh, Hey, everybody out there, welcome back to another episode of the Audiophiles. I'm Andy, that's John over there, and we are going to dig into some music today. John's going to offer up something for me to go off and listen to. I'm going to do just that, and then we're going to come back and chop it up a bit. John, how are you, my friend?
Yep, fair to middling.
Excellent, on par. That's usually your state. What do you have in store for me in the class today?
Okay, so the artist is Black Joe Lewis and the Honeybears.
All right. Already, I don't know any of their stuff, but it already has a vibe about it where I think already know what kind of music I'm getting into here. But what's the name of the track?
Yes, it's Eastern European techno. So
Exactly.
the track is Booty City.
Oh, one of my favorite metropolitan areas. Funny enough, I've been to Miami before, so I feel like I already know what this song's about. Miami is the city of ass. Okay, Booty City. Cool. Let me go off, give it a listen, and I will come back and let you know what I think. Oh, it's a nice beat. I really liked that. It's kind of like funky descending little motif there. That was cool. Great. Oh, this is good, man. Ooh, yeah, bass. Stanky guitar. Oh, yeah. Well, that certainly put the fun in funky. Yeah, I dug that. Oh my God. Right out of the gate, well, almost right out of the gate, that little like descending, which repeated itself a couple times throughout the whole song. Awesome bit of music there. Those fucking like, saxophone fucking killed it, man. So good. The bass and the drums are fucking fabulous, and that stanky guitar there toward the end was really really fun stuff too. I mean, this whole thing, 2 minutes and 40 seconds of just hella fun, man, with a little bit of funk in there. Yeah, I like this a lot. I like this a lot. And I mean, who doesn't like a trip to Booty City? Man, good shit, man. Yeah, let's get back to John and chop it up some more over this one.
Ray Parker Jr. He's back. So you've been to Booty City.
Oh man, have I?
I hope you had your tickets stamped. And what do you make of it?
Um, Wonderful. It was a lot of fun. It was, I mean, a band name like that and a song name like that, you're like, this better be fucking fun. And it was just that. So yeah, the song kicks off with this hella cool beat that has more than just a little swag in its step. And then we get treated to a group chant of "Right on, everybody, won't you take me to Booty City?" And yeah, if I had a dime for every time I woke up out of a dead sleep saying those very words. But yeah, so great stuff. It's a sentiment that I can get behind. Uh, and just after this, we get treated to a little blast of descending notation that really puts the fun in funky. I fucking love that. It repeats itself twice, I think, every time they kind of deploy it. Uh, so fun. Sounded great. I was probably doing a lot of stank face throughout this entire short, but still, for holding the stank face, I was probably doing it for the whole 3 minutes of the song or whatever it was. All of that repeats itself another time before launching into the verse proper, and some killer horn action and this rollicking tempo that instantly makes me want to reach out for a tambourine and join in. It's just got that, vibe to it. There's this infectious groove that's coupled with the lyrics by the lead singer, who can't seem to contain himself as he spreads the word of how elated he is with, I assume, his experience in the titular locale. Then we get another round of that chorus that opened the tune. And the next verse kicks off with even more energy, if that's possible. And it honestly feels like we're in a Southern black church at the peak of the revival, and I'm loving it. Uh, the singer is singing the next verses with so much stank in his delivery that I am not picking up on what's being said exactly. I know he's in a great mood, but I don't know exactly what he's saying. And despite wanting as many details as I can get on a place with a name like Booty City, I'm perfectly fine just ignorantly bobbing my head and tapping my feet. At the 1 minute 23 mark, during the chorus, the sax blasts this killer trill work that sort of like introduces itself to the soundscape as it then goes on a tear, blasting notes to and fro before coming to one final screeching note. And just then, and all the instruments like cut out, save for the drums, still kind of plugging away at that quick, confident beat. And then Brother John, that sick ass swinging little bass line comes sauntering in over the top of the beat, and it's soon joined by those rich kind of like baritone sax sounds, playing the same motif. And soon other horns start popping off, I believe, and these accented flourishes, adding more texture and seasoning to this musical equivalent of a soul food dish. And just then, I think this bit is fully realized. In comes the stanky, stanky bit of that's the word of the day next to booty, which they often go hand in hand, let's face it. There's this awesome guitar bending work that happens with this lead, and goddamn, it's so good. Um, Another chorus follows this bit with another couple rounds of this descending notation. And upon the end of the completion of the second one, as I mentioned, they often come in twos in this track. It succinctly comes to a halt. So yeah, man, this was fun as hell. Every single musician in the song had their time to shine at some point. Then there wasn't a weak link among them. It was just, I mean, puts the fun in funky. Like I said, I really enjoyed this song. It made me smile the whole way through, and it made me move the whole way through, which I'm quite sure was their goal. So yeah, good shit, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, isn't it? I really love this stuff.
Yeah.
And you get the impression I've not seen anything, but the live version probably goes on for about 8 to 10 minutes, and just
Yeah, I
like
was
round and
thinking,
round and round and
yeah.
round, you know. But there you go. So, a bit about the band. I don't know that much actually, so it's quite fun doing a bit of research. So, Black Joe Lewis was born in Tucson, Arizona,
Ooh.
and he is an American blues funk and soul artist. And it says here, influenced by, would you guess it, Howlin' Wolf and James Brown. Didn't spot that.
Whoa.
So he formed Black Joe Lewis and the Honeybears in Austin, Texas in 2007. So this is really interesting. I don't know when this was, but way before then. So while working at a pawn shop in Austin, Joe Lewis first picked up the guitar. I think he was about 20. Shortly thereafter, he immersed himself in the local Red River Blues stroke garage scene, recording and performing with Austin musicians, including the Weary Boys and Walter Daniels. I've not heard of the former, I have heard of the latter. After the release of the 2005 Black Joe Lewis and the Cold Breeze EP, with the standout track "Bitch, I Love You," and then after that, the 2007 album Black Joe Lewis, the band gained critical national acclaim and toured as openers for Spoon
Oh
in
yeah.
2007.
When you were talking about Austin and Texas, I'm like, it's only a matter of time, I think, until Spoon comes up in this conversation. So that's awesome.
The band signed to Lost Highway Records in 2008, and Joe Lewis and the Honeybears, as they're now called, released a 4-song EP in January '09. Their debut album, Tell 'Em What Your Name Is, was released in March 2009, and it was produced by Spoon's drummer, Jim Eno.
Yeah.
This track is from their second album, Scandalous, which was released in 2011. And the personnel for this is Joe Lewis, vocals and lead guitar. Bill Stevenson with a V, bass and keyboards. This is for the album, but I mean, it pretty much will be the same for this track alone. Jason Frey, tenor sax. Derek Phelps, trumpet. Joseph Woolard, baritone sax. Zach Ernst, rhythm guitar. And Jim Eno, drums, percussion,
Oh
and
well.
production. So he joined in behind the sticks and behind the control panel.
Nice.
Not a lot about this band on there, but I've picked up some reasonably insightful reviews. BBC Music. Texas-based Black Joe Lewis and the Honeybears broke through in 2009 with their stunningly immediate debut, Tell 'Em What Your Name Is, which teetered on the tightrope between pastiche and homage perfectly. So how do you repeat this high concept? Reconvene the band, get the same producer, Jimmy and Open Spoon, and do it all again, only this time more so. Horns blazing, check. Impassioned, raging vocal, check. Chiming rhythm guitar, check. Gang backing vocals, yes indeed.
Mhm.
Booty City, with its breakdowns and party noises, is the album's up-tempo killer blow. Paste magazine, I said, the group manages to blend its influences so effectively that songs with full horn sections somehow sound stripped down, and it's clear that Scandalous is a stronger record than Tell 'Em. Lewis, who didn't pick up a guitar until age 20, demonstrates his growing musical prowess. The Honeybears sound tighter, and perhaps most importantly, the album never falls to gimmicks. Scandalous isn't a throwback, it's a throw forward. And Pop Matters, this is quite a fun review. The difference between Black Joe Lewis and Honeybears and other recent acts that get shoved into the revivalist category is that this gritty band from Austin isn't interested in updating any sound. An artist can garner a lot of praise doing precisely that sort of thing, essentially reinventing modern music by infusing it with elements of past eras. Amy Whitehouse, Adele, Duffy. Lots of cred can be won by a little knowledge of classic blues and R&B, or by enlisting the help of a producer with such knowledge. But listening to Black Joe Lewis and the Honeybears, you get the feeling they simply don't give a shit about paying due homage to their musical forebears. So what you get in Scandalous, the latest offering from Lewis and the crew, is not an attempt to blend past and present to allow the two to coexist in a unique, refreshing manner. No, sir. Instead, you get a bunch of guys who have only their history of American music burning red hot through their veins, and the only way they can get some relief is by sweating it out in song after song. This is a musical exorcism, if you will, and it's not for the easily disturbed. Yes, if you've ever found yourself shaking your head at what passes for modern R&B, blues and soul these days, wondering just what the hell happened to the primal groove, the stanky strut, the carnal procession of it all, scandalous is the soundtrack to your pie. That's a hell of a review. That's
Yeah.
really good.
Yep. That's good stuff.
So,
And nail on the head too.
it is. Lyrics. Ride on, everybody. Won't you take me to Buddha City? Do, 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 do. Ride on, everybody. Won't you take me to Buddha City? Um, I've got to tell everybody about all the things I see here. This is the best trip I've ever had in my life. So out of control, no words to say. I will just say at this point, there's some really unreliable lyrics out there. I had to make up some stuff to get the complete words.
Okay, good.
So
Well,
bear
that
with me.
makes me feel a little bit better about my lack of,
No
discerning
one,
what's
no
going
one
on.
knows.
Okay.
So repeats the sort of refrain. Right on, everybody, when you take me to Booth City. Right on, everybody, when you take me to Booth City. This is where it gets a little bit. I go out my home bird. I say, man, you got to see for yourself. You know the retching y'all about being a one nah. I say, what else good could you want in this world? You know, Residenti don't stand here for no reason. There's so much work to be done. And if you dug a man away from here, he might just die up in his bisna. I mean, it could be. Right on, everybody. Won't you take me to Booty City? Right on, everybody. Won't you take me to Booty City? Then I put in my notes sax attack, general hubbub, building up, and then back it comes. Right on, everybody. Won't you take me to Booty City? Right on, when you take me to Booty City? Do. Lovely the way it just clean, like a
Yeah.
blade coming down.
Yep.
So yeah, there's not much on about them. I went on his website and other stuff as well. I do know that in 2013, a couple of years after this, Joe Lewis stated on NPR that he was trying to shed the Honeybears portion of the band name, and I'd never intended it to continue for so long. And I think he did. So in 2017, it's Black Joe Lewis. His album Backlash debuts at number 3 in the Billboard Top Blues album charts. He then released The Difference Between You and Me album in 2018 and a single called $5 in 2020. And that's it in terms of releases and activity. But I see from his website that he is still currently touring the States without the Honeybears.
Okay.
But he's got a band behind him. It's just so on the website. But that's about it. So there's not much more details on it. But it's a hell of a sort of a shot in the arm, this song.
Oh yeah.
It's great.
One might say it's a good kick in the booty because it definitely it makes you want to move for sure.
It makes me laugh as well because in certain parts of the country, that word is as how you and I would pronounce the word beauty. So there's a guy who raised turkeys, and he would call them beautiful, and it was sort of the way his speech became a bit of a national joke, and then that was the marketing line that he used in his adverts. They're beautiful. So there was a booty city would be beauty city, and it just makes me laugh every time.
Filled
And then
with
of course
a shitload
there's
of turkeys, I would imagine.
yeah, and then you obviously got the Beastie Boys, where
Yeah.
Professor. What's another word for pirate treasure? Well, I think it's booty. Anyway, so yeah, a lot for this one. Not much.
Absolutely.
I got the album Scandalous. I haven't got any of this other stuff, so I'll have to check some of that out. And if I'm sure it's pretty, I know what it's going to sound like. So just picking the one that's got the most in there, and I'll just
Yeah.
give you another one.
Yeah,
So
by
I'll
all
dig
means
into
do that because I'm already sort of interested to go check out a little bit more, especially what he sort of
Yeah,
sounds like now is it's just Black Joe
yeah.
Lewis.
I need to check that out. But I've been sitting on this track for years. I love it. It's a regular go-to, and you
Well,
got people around. Stick one of those on.
I'm glad you got off your booty and shared it with me, man, because it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it.
Excellent, excellent. I'll wrap things up. Thanks for listening to Sandy.
Thank you.
Folks out there, tell us what you think. If you like this, please do hit the like button. And drop some comments. Perhaps you're familiar or more familiar with Black Joe Lewis and his Honeybears, or not, or without his Honeybears. Please let us know. Drop some comments. What you think about this song, about his other stuff. If you've got some tracks in mind that we should go to next, love to hear about it. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. In the words of one of the supermarket evil core, every little helps. God damn them. So yeah, we really appreciate everybody who does support the channel. That being said, thanks again so much for watching, and we'll see all of you on the next episode of the Audiophiles.
See you later, guys.